That is where it all happened around 40 years ago. I came down there with a storyboard and sold myself to Leon Schlesinger, who did cartoons for Warner Brothers. We affectionately called our little shack down there Termite Terrace. It was a cozy little place. They had been dressing rooms in the past. I had my own unit in Termite Terrace. My first two animators, oddly enough, were Chuck Jones and Bob Clampett. As you all know, 2 years later, they became directors themselves, and I hope a little of what I had rubbed off on them, and I'm sure it has because they've been very successful and very creative people. There, we were given full reign of what we wanted to do. Leon Schlesinger, a great boss, not too much sense of humor. He was a money man. He let us do what we felt was right. If we made a good picture, he would say, well, give me another one like it. If we made a dog, why, he said, don't ever do it again. But he was nice to work with, one of the best I had in my 45 years in the business. The boys there, of course, we were all young, and a lot of the funnier things never did get on film. We had an awful lot of fun. Those were our creative years. I was there 6 years, I guess, and then I went to Metro later. But there was, of course, you all know, the birthplace of Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, and Elmer Fudd, and later, Yosemite Sam, etc. Of course, we all know that Disney was the king of the mountain, and as far as cartoons went, with his silly symphonies. In my case, I couldn't compete with Disney, and I didn't attempt to. I attempted to do things that Disney wouldn't dare to do. Out! What I'm getting at is exaggeration in films, wild takes, distorted fairy tales, and I laid off of the fuzzy-wuzzy little bunnies because it wasn't my bag along the cute lines.
Daintily, she lowers her head and sips quietly.
In my career, I always attempted to exaggerate. Everything I did was exaggeration. I would attempt to top other cartoons that I'd seen in the way of a take. I would go further. A hit on the head, you've seen many of them. I think the furthest I went in that line was like a piece of china. He was tapped on the head, a dog, cat, whatever. He would gradually crack in many pieces, fall apart into a pile, a heap, on the floor. His own hand would come out from under the pile, reshape himself, and away he would go again. Visually and verbally, I would play to the audience an awful lot.
Hey, that wasn't in the script.
I wanted them aware that they were out there, and then I knew they were out there. A long car, perhaps, would go on and on and on and on in front of a nightclub. Finally, it would come to a stop with a sign. Long darn thing, isn't it? I would have a live-action shadow walk across the screen.
I'll be right up. Oh, fancy.
At one time, I had an animated hare in the projector, which we had a lot of fun with.
Hey, you up there! Get that hare out of here!
Should they steal your heart?
I've been asked many times, did I make my cartoons for kids? I never did. I thought nothing of the children at the time.
Here's a shy little deer. Hello, dear.
Hello, big boy.
The people in the studio, I would think of them, if it would get a laugh from them, I would go that route.
Marvelous, stupendous, colossal, tremendous, gigantic, astounding, unbelievable, spectacular, phenomenal! And it's good, too.
Around 1945, when I was at Metro, Exaggeration again. I had a picture I called King Size Canary. It got quite a good reaction. There was the little canary
Whoa.
and the cat after the canary. He became larger than the cat. The cat caught on to this. He would become larger than the canary again. We kept going until a bulldog got in the act. They kept growing very fast, up and down, one larger than the other. And finally a close-up. And he finally said, folks, I'm sorry, we're going to have to end this picture. We're out of the stuff. He showed the empty bottle. We pulled back, revealing them on top of the world. Real cute stuff.
Well, folks, how did you like my picture?